Hey, this is Mark Henry, author of Dancing with Energy, Healing, Magic, and Mysticism, here to talk to you more about the occult and the paranormal. Well, today I'm going to be talking about the psychology of tarot card reading. But as always, I want to remind you that I'm offering attunements in my attunement store, so if you want a spiritual connection with God, Goddess, angel, or other spirit, including magical stones, then consider checking out the Attunement store. I recently added Moldavite, and I know that for a lot of you that is something that you're interested in. Moldavite is basically a, um, a reaction that happens when a meteorite strikes the Earth and it creates a certain substance which becomes Moldavite. So you're dealing with cosmic forces, you're dealing with high vibrational energy from the outer space, from the stars, as they say, and it is good for spiritual growth. It's good for manifestation. It is good for a lot of things. So check that out in the attunement store. Okay, so back to the video. All right. So the psychology of tarot card reading. So I've done many videos on tarot cards. A lot of them have been kind of delving into the major arcana suits, the greater forces of the Rider-Waite deck, which have inspired other creators of other tarot card decks. Um, so when we're talking about these types of things, um, well, before I get more into that, I kind of wanted to kind of explain that when I'm talking about the psychology of tarot card reading, uh, tarot cards are a form of divination, and divination is almost like a spiritual intervention from a reader, and that is not uncommon in the sense that, when we're talking about psychotherapy, when we're talking about the application of psychology for helping people and healing them, that is a relatively recent event when you think about what my first thought is Freud in the the late 1800s, early 1900s type of time period. So before then, divination has been a part of the interventions used by holy men, priestesses, all these sorts of people in order to bring about some type of help, letting people know what's going on, and helping them to make some changes. So this, uh, you know, in some ways, that they are, I guess, interconnected in a way, or they have some of the same similarities. So let's kind of get into a little bit of that. But first, what is the purpose of the tarot? So like anything, it depends on who you talk to. For example, it might be divination. So someone's trying to read the current energy patterns that are forming and to determine kind of the likelihood of those things. So it might say, okay, at this time, it looks like that you are having some problems with your prosperity or abundance. And now, as part of the reading, the person may get some type of clues as to what to tell the client in order to change that around. Meditation. Many people will meditate on the tarot card images, especially the major arcana, as a form to gain spiritual wisdom, to gain insight into those archetypal themes. Some people may even write out kind of a path working with that in order to even increase the ability to get those things. The Rider-Waite deck, in particular, has been used in that way for quite a period of time because it's highly symbolic and it has layers of meaning within one card. And I believe I've kind of talked a little bit about that in previous videos, so be sure to check that out. Another thing is that underneath the surface, and this is the main point of the video, there is more going on than just what I just mentioned. That the client is wanting something from the reader. They're wanting something important. They are, but what exactly is, what that is depends on the client. For example, reassurance. People are going to tarot card readings because they're uneasy about something. There's something that's bothering them, even just a little bit. And they're wanting to know about, okay, so what is this? This is what I'm seeing. This is, what am I not seeing? And what can I do about it? So the reader might be offering a snapshot of what this is, and discovering what the person could possibly do to change these patterns that are lining up. And it could be through some behavioral change that they need to do based on what they're seeing, or it could be some form of magic, something simple, a simple ritual to try to shift things if that is possible at that point. Certain things are just, some patterns are very strong and they're harder to change. Others, especially if the person is seeing this early, could possibly be changed and in a completely different direction. Guidance. This is something like reassurance that people go to counselors for. I don't know what to do. Uh, here's what's happening on the surface, but tell me what's behind that. What is it that, what type of direction do I need to go in order to change this type of thing? That's one of the reasons why tarot card readers sometimes consider themselves spiritual advisors, um, in addition to someone who can just kind of read the cards and interpret those things. As above, so below. They are reading these patterns through, and the cards are the trigger for these sorts of things. Also, the reader is again revealing things that are hidden, that is working behind the scenes. Certain cards placed within a spread can easily reveal that. Just like a highly trained counselor can ask very strategic questions in order to elicit that information from the clients in order to help them on their path to self-discovery. Another thing, and this is a best practice, I can't say that all tarot card readers do this, but there is in the idea of confidentiality. When you go into a counselor's office, it is actually a federal law that confidentiality must be maintained, and usually a state law as well, depending on uh, the licensing, the license that the person has who is providing that type of counseling. Same thing, it's a best practice for tarot card readers to maintain the confidentiality of the person that they're reading for, maintain their privacy. That's why it's probably a good idea to do this behind closed doors so that the sound doesn't necessarily can be overheard. Sometimes you can even get like a little white noise generator type of thing that you can plug into the wall. And that, speaking of white noise, I mentioned that, and if there is a little bit of a hiss, that is my space heater, because right now where I am, we're having a severe cold spell, and we don't get this very often. So, space heater. But I'll evaluate the audio after. So confidentiality is important. If you don't have that reputation of confidentiality, even if you go and, not that anybody would, but just in case, uh, tell your friends I met this person and, and this is what's going on with them, that's not cool. If you get that reputation, people are not going to go to you as a tarot card reader because they won't trust you. Um, it's really the client's business. It's really, and it's only your business in the sense that This is what they're revealing to you, and it's your job to kind of help them with your skill set. Okay, that is it. Please subscribe and like. Again, thank you for being with me and listening to these videos. It's the reason why I do it, is to help other people, educate them, and I will see you in a future video. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.